The Kobalt Tools 500 on Fox is sponsored by UPS. Thanks, Dale Jarrett, for 7 unforgettable years. It's been a great ride, Dale.
UPS delivers up-to-the-minute race information at foxsports.com. Keyword Fox Tracks. Cleaning up from the 4th caution of the day. This one for debris. Clint Boyer, Kyle Busch, Carl
Go
Edwards.
this time. 1 to go at the stripe.
Kevin Harvick, your leaders. Kasey Kahne, now 3 laps down. He's had an interesting day. He is the only driver to bring out a caution for an incident on track. So that makes him our All-State Good Hands driver of the day because he did not launch this car back out into traffic. He saved it to be able to continue. Of course, Casey's had some close encounters with Digger and a little bit of unique training, not to mention that lovely driver's suit. Kasey Kahne is our Good Hands driver of the day. Special suit not included. Allstate, are you in good hands?
I sort of felt like that guy standing behind him with that helmet on his head. What the world is going on?
I was going to say, normally nothing comes on that screen that Darrell and I can't comment on, but I think we'll just let the pictures tell the tale there.
Yeah.
It's a great commercial.
I can just tell you this. I don't feel good about that one. Poor Casey. And those girls are after him all the time.
You know, we've been talking about guys getting aggressive on changes. Reed Sorensen, the 41 car, his crew chief Jimmy Elledge, right now they're 2 laps down back in 29th. They've decided maybe we'll just use this as a test session. They have changed the front shock absorbers on this race car. This is normally a great track for Reed. Had 2 top 10 finishes last year, and he's from nearby Peachtree City, Georgia.
Nothing normal about this weekend, I can tell you.
Ready for our Claret and Clear to Drive restart. Live Claret and Clear, indoors and out.
I told Mike this week, this race reminds me of, operator, can you connect me to 1982?
12 cars on the lead lap, Darrell. Led by Boyer, Kyle Busch, Carl Edwards, Harvick, Gordon, Stewart, Earnhardt, Burton, Newman, Labonte, Kenseth, and Vickers. Green flag. Clint Boyer's speed building with 121 laps to go.
He's not building fast enough. Hello.
I mean, Kyle Busch in that 18 car, what a run he got on the high side on that restart. It just launched off turn 2.
Yeah, he had a lot of momentum up on the high side coming off that corner, and he is gone. Look at him get back in the gas and go.
That was romp and stomp. I'll show you who should be leading this race. And he did.
Not dead yet. I love listening. He got some funny lines.
He is having fun out there. There's no question.
Can you imagine how many miles he's run here this weekend?
Well,
Friday, Saturday, and again today, and all the practice and all the qualifying in 3 totally different vehicles. A truck, a nationwide car, and these things.
It's 1,000 race miles for Kyle Busch, the only driver to do the triple here in Atlanta this weekend.
Now, this wad of cars right here, Matt Kenseth is the only lead lap car. Right now, Matt is back in the 11th position. Remember, had to start this race at the rear of the field. Got a lap down, but got the free pass, and he's working toward the top 10 now.
Kyle Busch in the deuce, 1 lap down. Has tried hard to be in position for the free pass, hasn't gotten it yet.
I can tell you something, that 17 car, unless it's in the garage, don't ever count him out.
You're exactly right. No matter if he's 1 lap down or 2 or 3 laps down.
He just got a way about him of getting himself back in the race.
And his teammate, Greg Biffle, right now is 13th, the first car 1 lap down.
And you know what? His personality is exactly how he drives. He's really kind of laid back, doesn't get all that excited, kind of takes things as they come.
And when he needs to, he can get really intense.
He can be aggressive. We've seen that a time or 2. I'd say he's one of those that does unto others as others does unto him.
He reminds me of a description of driving that you once gave, Darrell, back in the day, of having to be aggressive, smooth.
Yeah, that's him.
4th place, Kevin Harvick. 2.7 seconds off the lead at number 29, Steve.
Mike, you mentioned how teams have been making aggressive changes prior to the pit stop. Kevin Harvick said, we're going to have to make a big stab at this. So they took a spring rubber out of the right rear spring, took a pound out of the right rear tire, and went down 2 rounds on the track bar. He said these things are so hard to drive right now.
They are, but that's what you got to have. And Larry, is one of our, maybe I think it was one of our points about the race, adjustability. As the track changes, rubber builds up, you got to find a way to get your car working here at the end of the race, and you got to have some adjustments. And here's a great battle for second. And there's a guy you hadn't heard the last of either.
No, sir. Carl Edwards in that 99 car. They got off, I think you said it, Darrell. They got off, I think, on one of their adjustments a couple of stops ago. But I think they're starting to get it back. But, you know, that's the thing I questioned when they reported Dale Earnhardt Jr. wanted his car back to just exactly how he started the race. I think he wants it to drive like that. I'm not sure you can go back to that setup. This track has changed a lot.
A lot, and it does. Historically, this joint does this about this time of day. The sun is going down in the west over here, and it's shaded over there, and the sun is beaming down on 3 and 4. This track goes through a tremendous transition.
But how about Edwards and all of the controversy this week? He lost 100 points. So did his car owner. They lost $100,000. Most importantly, he lost his crew chief, and yet he's in a position to try and win his 3rd race in a row.
You know the last time? You know the last time he thought about that was
before
when
he
dropped the green flag.
Yeah. Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Tony Stewart for 6th.
I'm not sure we've heard the last of that 88 car just exactly yet. He had his hands full off 3rd, 4th.
We may be talking about him. I don't know if it's going to be good or not.
Well, it's like we've always said. Cars turn left, we talk about them. Cars turn right, we talk about them and show a lot of replays.
That could have been big. Horton almost had a who right there.
Where is my man Horton at? I know he's in there. There he is.
Horton in theaters.
I just hope Digger and him don't run into each other down there somewhere.
March 14th. Let's listen on Carl Edwards here.
I don't think you mind if I call you Matt, but I mind it if you call me Bob. Camera swiveled so you can't see me, otherwise I was going to wave at him. Yeah, 10-4. We should probably go all the way around and everybody say hi to Bob, otherwise he ain't going to feel, you know, like he's wanted. Hi, Bob.
That's funny.
Talking about Carl's crew chief Bob Osborne, who is under a 6-race suspension.
And I tell you what, this 99's fixing to do. They're about to take the lead of this race because he is flat running that 18 car down. And the thing I want to say, and what we say is our opinions. I really believe, I know a rule is a rule, and certainly NASCAR did what they needed to do. But I bet you could rewind that race last week, 25 laps, go in there and seal that oil tank box cover down, and that 99 still wins the race.
Here's what really got me all week long. That oil tank lid off of that thing, I've been in the wind tunnel. I've done that. It's what, 40 or 50 pounds at the most, and that's an exaggeration. By the time we got here, oh my gosh, that's 200 pounds of down. You can't do anything to a race car to increase 200 pounds of downforce.
So if it was intentional, the thing I want to say as a crew chief, if I thought I could gain 10 pounds of downforce or half of a second, you know what? I was normally led down the road that I needed to do it.
You're watching NASCAR on Fox.